She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome to another episode of Never Date Just One Sis. It is your host, Arthur China T, Coach Erica, and this is the channel where we learn how to roster date if it's the last thing that we do. In previous weeks, we talked about a multitude of topics, but the main thing that we need to get into is the art of attraction, because this is how we bring that masculine energy into our aura, from whatever they see physically to whatever they listen to phonetically, as well as whatever they observe and think about mentally. These are all of the ways that we're going to be captivating these men. The reason I didn't say any type of emotional connection is because it takes a man a lot longer to get to the emotional connection versus women. So when you understand that, sis, then you'll stop trying to go in with all this liking him and loving him and doing all these things to turn his emotions around. It'll get there for him, but it's going to get a lot of places a lot sooner in other ways. The attraction of a man to a woman is very important when you're trying to date and roster date. This is where men decide if you're going to be their forever woman, the woman for now, or the woman that they're going to lay down with and get out of there the next day. Attraction tells all of this. While you do not have to be top of the line, you do have to be top tier. And that's two different things, sis, okay? Top of the line is somebody who thinks of themselves as whatever worthy. They got all these accolades they like to bring to the table. They can't wait to talk about themselves. I don't need you to be that, sis. I need you to be top tier. You need to be the game changer. The woman he's been thinking about, who he's wanted, but he's not been able to obtain his entire life. The woman who is just his end all be all. That's why I need you to be, sis. So that's why the art of attraction is very important. Now let's talk about the art of attraction in roster dating. Listen, sis, the whole point of roster dating is to have men stepping up to the plate, not you out here chasing and over investing in one dude who ain't even earned the time yet and probably don't even want you like that placeholder. The art of attraction is all about positioning yourself so the high quality men naturally gravitate towards you. And no, it's just not about looking good. I told you that. It's about stepping into your full power with confidence, femininity, emotional intelligence, and that unbothered energy that makes men want to be in your presence. You ask, how do we do it? Well, sis, it's a couple different things that we got to jump into. So first and foremost, you will pull him into your aura. You won't push him. The gag is attraction is not about chasing. It is about magnetism. When you're that lady that men can't wait to come, they will come. That means living a life that's full of joy, purpose, and social connections. Men love women who have their own thing going on, okay? Exuding confidence, knowing that you are the prize. Showing up as your best self in all of your best energy, your best presence, and yes, how you carry yourself, sis. You also want to always remain a little mysterious, sis. I keep telling y'all this. Men get extra intrigued when they don't have full access to you. You got to keep him wondering, but don't be too overly available so you can stop jumping at the last minute plans. Make him plan ahead in advance. Keep a little mystery to yourself. He doesn't have to know every little thing that you have going on or what came before him. And let conversations flow, but don't be an open book too soon, sis. The second a man feel like he has to earn your time, your energy, and your attention, he will value you more. And the reason I say this is because you have your results from the past, sis. You gave all your time, all your energy, all your attention, you got played. It's time for you to keep some of that to yourself. You also need to know how to switch up your energy, because every man is not the same. And if you're really about this roster dating life, sis, you got to know the difference between men and the different things that they bring to the table and the things they can bring out of you. So a smart, feminine woman knows how to lean into her feminine energy with men who love to lead. She knows how to keep things playful and flirty with the ones who love fun banter. And she knows how to show depth and intelligence with men who crave deep conversations. You have got to learn how to read the room, sis, because you can't do everything with different men. You got to change it up. The ability to adapt while you're keeping your core self intact, that's a gift. That's the key to keeping these men on their toes without draining your energy, sis. Keep it classy and feminine. That's why I got Feminine Fridays for y'all. Let's be real. Sis, men are visual creatures. But beyond your looks, they're paying attention to know more about you, how you move, how you speak, and how you carry yourself. You want to dress in a way that highlights what makes you feel your best. You want to keep your voice soft, inviting, and feminine. No attitude, no aggression, no resting bitch faces. There's power in your grace, sis. You want to make eye contact, smile, and use light touches to build chemistry. The way you show up makes all the differences. Controlling your emotions and staying detached. Oh my God. If I keep saying this, I'm going to be upset. One of the biggest mistakes that too many women make is getting too emotionally invested too soon. Man ain't even showed you nothing. Slow down. Let him prove that he deserves that emotional access to you. So again, you're going to stop over texting. If he wanted to, he would. You're going to stop over calling. If he wanted to talk to you, he'd call. Stop getting anxious when he pulls back. He'll come back if he's serious, if he's really interested. Stop investing in him before he's invested in you. That's how you end up disappointed every time. Roster dating saves you from depending on one man for your happiness. When you master emotional detachment, sis, you don't stress about what a man is doing, thinking, whatever he got going on. You let them things unfold naturally. You don't assume exclusivity unless it's stated. Because just because he calls you every night or texts you every morning doesn't mean he's yours. You will pivot, not panic. If he cancels his plans, you have other options on your roster. Remember, he's not the only one. Staying unbothered and in control of your emotions, sis, makes you even more attractive. Confidence in your standards. No settling, sis. A woman with high standards is automatically attractive. You don't beg, you don't plead. You set the bar, and the right man will meet it or exceed it. That means if he's consistent, you don't chase him. You let him go. If a man is of low effort, you don't argue with him. You shift your energy to the one put it in the real effort. If a man is playing games, you clock it and then move around accordingly. How this works in roster dating, sis. You got to assess these men, not impress these men. Y'all be going about it the wrong way. You're the selector, not the beggar. You don't entertain bare minimum behavior. Good morning text, good evening text. No. If it ain't no action with that, ignore them. You expect consistency. If he starts strong but fades out, that's cool. You don't call it out. You don't even notice it. You have other options. You don't let money blind you. Wealth is cute, but character, consistency, and leadership matter more. The right men want to meet your standards, sis, not just do enough to keep you around. That's what you've been doing with those other men. That's why we're here today. Now that we got the art of attraction out the way, let's talk about how men really think. Society sold us a lie, sis. They told us that the foundation for marriage was built on love. But for men, they don't marry for love. They marry for value and for ease. What does that mean? Let's dig into it. Women chase love, but men seek benefits. From childhood, we were taught that love was the goal, while men were out here taught how to be strategic in their choices. A man chooses a wife because she brings peace to him, not stress. She supports his goals, not fights him at every turn. She aligns with his lifestyle, not disrupts it. Meanwhile, sis, we was out here thinking that love alone was enough to secure a commitment. How wrong we were, wasting so much time picking up speed and crashing and burning. Roster dating eliminates the love blindness trap. If you only date one man at a time, you run the risk of getting emotionally invested before you even know if he's worth it or if he even likes you back. But a roster changes the game, sis. You'll have multiple men competing for your attention. You can compare and contrast instead of settling out of desperation. You can stay in abundance, not lack it. You decide if you deserve it, and if you do, get it. If it's not, then find the other way around it. But there's no other way around this. A good man ain't good enough. He needs to prove his value. Okay, sis? Men commit when they see a return on their investment. So instead of falling for sweet words and butterflies, look for a man who removes burdens from your life. A man who is consistent and dependable. A man who actually adds to your life, not just excites you or subtracts from it. So roster dating will help force men to compete. And the ones who really want you, sis, they step up in action, not just in words. Attraction without utility leaves women stranded. So many women get caught and stuck in relationships based on chemistry, who they like, but it's not compatible to who they are. Meanwhile, men are always thinking about what a woman brings to his life. That's why he'll date the fun girl for years, but wife the one who keeps his life in order. He might love a woman, but commit to the one who meets his needs. He'll quickly lock in a woman who aligns with his lifestyle without making it difficult. Remember all of that, because y'all going the other way. The art of attraction is about being the woman he wants to keep, not the woman he can't wait to get rid of. Since men don't marry for love, but for value, sis, you got to make sure that you're the woman he can't afford to lose. That means being an asset, not a liability. Men commit to women who bring them peace and enhance their life. You got to be selective, sis, not desperate. Men can smell when a woman is too thirsty for love, and he'll use it against her every time. You got to let him invest in you first. The more he pours into you, the more he values you, sis. Y'all are so used to overdoing it that you don't let the men do it. So then that's why you always feel depleted when it's over. Let it be from his end a little more. The biggest mindset shift you have to make is love is not enough, sis. A man doesn't marry because he's in love with you. He marries a woman who makes his life easier and better. Roster dating puts you in control, though. When you master the art of attraction with confidence, utility, and strategy, sis, you will stop chasing love and start attracting provision, protection, and real commitment. And that, sis, is how you win the game. So, how was the game played when I was on my cruise? Well, first of all, I enjoyed my cruise. But I want to talk to you about the art of attraction and how it always plays into my favor when I'm on the cruise. Okay? Because every cruise is going to have a single man. It's also going to have married men who want to act single when their wives are asleep. Whatever the case is, why be fair in an unfair world? Let me start there. Every time I go on a cruise, I have needs. More needs than I want to spend in money. Not saying I don't have the money, but why would I spend the money when there's somebody else who is going to tap into my feminine energy and want to do the things for me that I need, that I want to be done? So, case in point, this one gentleman, met him on a cruise. He saw me the first night when I was speed walking. For some reason, I was speed walking to the nightclub like I was going to miss something. And he spoke to me. He said something to me behind me. I just turned around, smiled, was courteous, but kept going. Never looked at him. I did remember how his voice sounded. So the next night, while I was in the nightclub, this time I was actually in the nightclub, he was actually in there as well. So he actually said something to me. Introduced himself to me. I was actually headed to my room. He said that he was about to go change his clothes and come back. I said, okay, we can come back. I'll see you in here. And we'll, party together. Well, that was a great decision for me. I came back. I partied with him. He didn't even know me 10 minutes. He already gave me $100. Not the trick. $100. He just gave me $100. I didn't ask for it. There was nothing else that followed that would have made him want to give more. There was nothing I did to lead her that we're actually in the club and he gave me $100. I still got the $100 too. So then he bought drinks for the rest of the night. Okay, so he done gave $100 and he buying the drinks. Okay, so a lot of y'all would say, well, he probably was just giving you money and getting you turned up because he thought he was going to sleep with you afterwards. I'm sure he did. As some men, they will think that they're going to sleep with you. They're supposed to. They're men. Why else would they not think? I knew I wasn't sleeping with him. So it didn't matter what he thought. I knew that what wasn't going to happen for me. But I'm going to enjoy the attention because feminine energy does that. So that was that day. The next day, we met again upstairs on the pool deck. by the pool. He wanted to hang out that day. He bought drinks that day. We had some fun that day. Okay. Later on that night, it was another club night. We went back to the club. We had some fun in the club again. Okay. Drinks are still being bought. Things are still being purchased for me. And I don't have to do anything just but stay in my feminine energy and let him be the leader. He was a talker. I let him talk. He loved to talk about himself. I let him talk about himself. Men love to talk about themselves, women. So just let him talk and give him and give him responses if you're listening, because you should be. But to just let them talk, because they love that. So I let them talk. And everything that I'm telling y'all, I practice every day, okay? And I can see the difference from what I did a long time ago to what I do now and the results. The next day came, we got off the boat, went inside of the country. We went together. He told me anything that I wanted, he would buy. And he did. So he bought me a gift, bought the food, bought the drinks, anything that I wanted out there, he bought without a problem. Okay, a lot of people say, well, he's still expecting the sex. I'm sure he did. By now, he knows that he can't. Whatever, even if he thought he was in the beginning, now he knows he can't. And why? It's because that little friend that visits a lot of women every month, like clockwork, visited me, and I knew she was coming because I was prepared. That's why when I tell y'all I know I'm not laying down nobody, because I already know what's going. So I already knew that was going to happen. I was prepared for it. He didn't know. But when he found out, he didn't get mad. He didn't pull back. He didn't stop spending money. It kept being the same. This is a man with real intentions. The entire time I was on that cruise, every day I saw him on a cruise. Every day he accommodated me in every way, every day. I said all that to say this, ladies. When you go back into your feminine energy, when you allow men to lead, when you allow them to talk, when you keep the mystery about yourself and don't be overly available, then you will see the energy around you change with the type of men. I've seen it. Because I resorted back to the mystery that I was when I was younger, and then transitioned to try to be an open book when I got a little older, and then realized how that was backfiring. So when I went back to the mysterious me, now the mysterious me is attracting men of means because they want to know more. And with them wanting to know more, they do more. And I allow them to. I don't get in their way. I don't talk down at them. I don't make them feel bad. I don't do any of those things. I'm doing exactly what a feminine woman does. Rest in her feminine energy and allow men to lead. Sis, you can do the same thing. You will start attracting those providers. Even if it's for a month. Even if it's for a weekend. Even if it's for a cruise. Like that was a 7-day cruise. You'll attract people that will come into your energy that want to make you happy without expecting you to do much, because your smile will be enough. And how you carry yourself as a woman will be more than enough. So, sister, attraction is important. You will pull them into your aura. You will not push them down a dark hole where they don't know what's at the end of that tunnel. I will see you on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Clean Your Dating Habits Up. Have a good evening.